I got cut off for that one. That wasn't even me shutting it off, so I'm so sorry. I'm almost like done with this list, so bear with me. So yeah, I got to the hospital. So they prepped me. They gave the, like I said, anesthesiologist came in. She explained to me what she was gonna do. It's a spinal. A spinal, for those of you who don't know what spinal is, the same effects as an epidural, but it's just one shot, like a needle going straight to your epidural spine, your spine, and the medicine injects, and that's it, and is out. The epidural is much more, you know, whoever had the epidural done is more like pulling and like doing crazy stuff. And, ugh. So yeah, I got the spinal, so I was more relieved. Like once they told me that, I was like, okay, I'm ready for the cerclage. Go ahead. So, alright. So, my boyfriend was there with me to support me. You know, I love him so much. So, they put me into the OR. It's so cold. And, oh my God. It's like, you're already in a hospital which has AC on, right? It's pretty cool in there. Cold, kind of. Then you go into this room that's like fucking below zero. Like, it's freezing in there. Like, I understand to keep everything sterile, whatever, but shit, it was cold in there. Like, it just hit me. Like, I was like, oh, shit. So, anyways, there was a lot of stuff in there, like, a lot of fucking machines and stuff. It was just like, wow, I'm in an OR. That's crazy. So, it was a lot of things I tried to distract, because I was, at this point, I was really nervous. So, I was trying to look at everything, distract myself, and ask the doctors questions and stuff like that. So as I'm bent over, she's giving me the spinal. I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna hurt. The doctor's talking to me. I'm talking about my pregnancy, and I'm asking them questions to get my mind off the what she's doing back there. So anyway, so they just prepped me. Like once the shot was done, instantly. That's another difference between the spinal and the epidural. Instantly, you feel the numbness just come to your legs. It's just like whoosh. And I was like, okay, I feel it. So they laid me down as soon as possible. So I'm on my back already. And it's so weird because my legs started filling up and they want me to like move down. And I'm like, I really can't. So I'm trying to help them. They're like, don't worry. You know, we don't expect you to move because obviously you're numb. So they were helping me move down and stuff, get myself situated. You know, like, I was so like kind of embarrassed because my legs are up in the air and it's a big fucking spotlight. Big light, surgery light right there, pointed at me. It's like, wow, okay. And then these people just looking at me. I'm like, oh shit. It was only 3 people in the room. The anesthesiologist, she was so nice. 2 nurses or 2 techs who helped my doctor, my OB, do the procedure. So they was prepping me, and I felt numb. I was still nervous. But I was, you know, strong. I was trying to be strong as possible because I was just trying to think, all right, this is for the baby. Finally gonna get it done. It's gonna be over with. I was just so scared. Like every little pinch, every little like freaked me out. Like oh. So at one time I'm just there relaxing. My doctor hasn't come in yet, and I just felt like they gave me some kind of medicine, antibiotics or something. I don't know what they gave me. They gave me something. She said, and she's like, oh, you're not allergic to any medication. I'm like, so far that I know of, no. But when she told me that, for some reason, I felt weird. Like, I felt like, imagine if I am. Would this, like, mess me up? Like, I always fucking go into, like, my mind just went into something really crazy. And then, like, I just had this rush of, like, anxiety. Like, I couldn't breathe, like, real fast. And I'm like, oh, my God, oh, my God. She was like, what happened? What happened? How do you feel? How do you feel? I'm like, everything's fine. It's just I felt like anxious. She was like, okay. She was like, it's normal. I freaked her out. And I was like, she was like, calm down. And she's like, rubbing my head. And she's talking to me. Oh my God, she made me feel so much better. Like, I just relaxed. Like, I went from like that to like, okay. Like, it was so weird how it just came on me real fast. Like, it freaked me out. So my doctor came in and she's there. And then they started doing the procedure. And like, I felt like, I would say, I felt her grabbing something in there. I guess, I was like, what are you doing? She was like, I asked her, I was like, what is that? What are you doing? She was like, you feel that? I was like, I feel something. Like, she was like, oh, I'm just clamping on your cervix. I was like, shit. She was like, you feel that? I was like, it doesn't hurt, but I could feel it. So she was like, she's looking at the nurse. I was like, she's not supposed to feel that shit, whatever. So as she's in there, I'm like, I gotta really feel what's going on. I just feel like a little pressure, whatever. And I just started getting a little nervous. So the lady, the anesthesiologist, she was like, here, I'm gonna give you something for your nervousness. She gave me some kind of narcotics. I don't know what that shit was, but all I know, like 5 seconds later, I felt really good. I was like, ooh. I felt so good. Like I felt high. I don't know. I just felt high. It's weird. So I felt really good and calm. It calmed me down like a lot. So once they finished with the procedure, she was like, all right, and the procedure, stitching the stitch, only took 5 minutes. The preparing for the surgery takes like half an hour to an hour. That's what took forever. And then the wearing out, like letting the anesthesia wear out your body, like that takes forever. But the stitch, 5 minutes and it's done. So whatever. I started crying, like when she was done, like I just cried. Like I was like, oh my god, I'm finally gonna have my baby. Like I just started crying and they're like, oh, they was like, why you cry? I was like, thank you guys so much. I think it was the drugs though. I just started crying and I was laughing. I was like, oh my god, I'm sorry that I'm fat, because they had to like roll me over to like put me on the bed and then roll me back. It was so weird. I was like, oh my god, I wish I was skinny. And it was like I had them laughing. Like I was so high. It was like so cool. So yeah, so that's that. So they put me back to the room where I was in, and I stood there for like 3 hours letting the anesthesia wear out. It took forever. Like they wouldn't let me pee unless they wouldn't let me leave unless I was able to pee. So I tried to pee a couple of times, but the second time I peed and I was able to leave, so I left. It was weird. So that's it for my surgery. She gave me medication. She gave me Augmentum. I got the generic brand for Augmentum. That's the antibiotics for the cervix and stuff like that. I mean, it's not antibiotics just especially for the cervix, but it's a really good antibiotics. So in case if I get any infections or whatever. So she gave me that. That's about it for the surgery. I'm just gonna have to make one more video for the last part, and that's it. I'm sorry. I hope I'm excited for you guys. Like, okay, so that's it for the surgery. I went out. I went home. Limitations, bed rest until I saw her again. So that was for the whole week. I was on bed rest. I couldn't do anything. Was I in pain afterwards? No. Did I bleed? Yes, for 1 day. Did I have little crampings? Yes. It didn't hurt that bad. It just hurt a little bit for that 1 day. The next couple of days after that, nothing. I felt like normal. But I still was on bed. Like, I had to lay down. I can't do a lot of force. So I was really calm. Like, I just lay cool. My job was really understanding about it. So I didn't have to worry about, like, oh my god, I'm going to get fired or anything like that. So they were understanding. So basically that's it with my surgery and stuff like that. That's what happened. Pretty much. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it here so I can do the last video.